Hey, welcome back, Good Life Riders. Today I'm in the office doing a little editing, and today I wanted to show you a little bit how I edit my Insta360 camera footage. Hey, I also wanted to let you know, if you don't care about watching the 360 edit footage, I'll put a little keyframe, or not a keyframe, a time frame down below, and I will bookmark it also so you know you can go to a part where we actually have a little edit for you to watch, and you can watch some of the ride footage. So either way, I've got some video for you today. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. So I've had some requests for people wanting to know what the footage is that I've been putting on my Instagram and on my TikTok, and how to edit that footage. And so today we are going to put you into the computer, and we're going to talk a little bit about editing the Insta360 video footage. So just wanted to let you know before we head into the computer that there's lots of different ways you can edit this footage, either on your computer or on your phone. A lot of people use their phone for doing the editing, but what I found is a lot of the bigger files take a longer time to transfer, and it's even easier whether I'm doing Instagram or TikTok or regular video footage. It's easier for me to put it into my computer, do the edit, and then actually move it to my phone and upload it to Instagram or TikTok. When I do my uploads for YouTube, of course, that goes from my computer, when I do that upload. But now we're going to actually go into the computer, and I'm going to show you how I do my edits. Initially, when we bring in footage into the Insta360 Studio 2021 on Windows, it comes in like this, and it comes in as a 360 view. And then when you hit free capture, that's what allows you to change over to making the edits and making the changes of how you want your footage to look. So then initially I'm gonna zoom in here a little bit to my footage, and I'm gonna go to my first mark. So I'll give you the layout of everything first. So over here it shows you what videos and footage you have in here. You can click up here and you can import more. Right now we're just going to work with one. And then you have your footage here, your view, and the free capture side of it. And then over here there's other information that deals with things like the basic information, like if you're using it underground and you have different dive case or different things like that set up on it. We're just basic. We're going to be working in the regular 16:9 ratio. And then below here are the different options for things that you have. So here's where you set your keyframes to move the camera view around and have it set for your timeline. Then here you would delete one. Here you can do a deep track, and I will show you that it doesn't work real great, I don't think. So I don't use it a lot. I did a lot in some of my initial edits, but I haven't used it as much lately. Time shift is where you speed up or slow down the footage, and then this one here makes it a motion blur. And then these are where you set, so if I didn't want it to start there and I wanted my footage to start here at this marker, I would click on that, and it trims your timeline to that point. We're going to start our footage back at the beginning here. So we'll drag it back to the beginning. And then each time you do one of these marks, it brings up this keyframe setup. So as you see, as I go along here to each one of these different ones, you'll see my footage is different. So I'll play a little bit of it here, and let's go from this point here and let you see how the footage looks. And as you see there, I'm moving it and making it do flips, and then I do one here shortly that I make it rotate. So each of those is done with those keyframes. So the way I do that is I'm going to go to a little bit later in the footage where I don't have my keyframes set. So we're going to go to these slow. I have a couple of these slow ones. So here I've slowed footage down. I'll show you a quick one where I've sped footage up. So here we're going a lot faster in our footage, and here I have slowed my footage down. So as you can see, I slowed it down to half, and then as you see each one of those marks, it makes a move. So now that I'm past that, I'm going to click here, and I'm going to choose to hit my keyframe. And then there's two ways you can do it. We can either just grab the footage and move it like that. And I'll do that for this one. And then we're going to set it here. And I want to catch this one again. So I'm going to set another keyframe. And then rather than drag, I'm going to show you over here in the window. When you go to the pan angle, that determines how it's going to move. So we're going to move down to 450. So there, as you see, we hit 450. What it did is we were facing this way. And when I hit 450, it moved it around this way. As you can see there, it's totally changing it. So what that would wind up doing, I'll show you how that will play out. I'm going to set this back to 40 on the zoom in, and I'm going to show you how it moves. So here was our first. There we moved to the front, and here it's gone around twice. So if you notice, it changed from being 508 down to 32. So basically it runs in a 360 degree clock. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to here, and rather than go from there, I'm going to move it to that 35, and we are going to come into, oh, I think maybe I do want it facing forward. So we'll put it at 135. And then we're also going to change our tilt angle to 0. So it's looking straight up. And we're going to change our roll angle to 2, which gives us a little bit more of a tilt that way. So as you see there, each one of those changes that we make change the way the camera looks then. So let's play this. So you see there, we went from looking at this one, watching it all the way back, we move back forward, around, and then we went to that one, and then we're going to hit our key point again, and we're going to bring it around to look at this house. And then we'll watch it track through this house. And what I generally do is I'll let it go for a little bit, and then I'll move it to another point. I'll hit my enter again, and then I'll move it back. And that gives us a little bit more of a smooth movement rather than really fast ones. So if we notice here, I went back in my timeline, see how my movement's really fast there between those 2 points? And it's going to be really fast here too. So we'll go to that one. See how it's really fast? Because those 2 points are so close together. And then as you see, it moves a little slower. So here we're going to come up and we're going to bring it back forward to look at this house. Let it go through that one a little bit, and then I'm going to hit my mouse again and move it this way. Continue to track him a little further. Move it so it keeps looking at it, and then I'll show you how that looks. So we spin around to that house, and it's still processing it, so that's why it's a little jerky right now. When it actually plays, it won't be jerky like that because it'll render. So here we can hit one, and here I want to hit one again. And I'm going to look and see. I don't believe I have a house on that side now. So what I want to do here is I want to move it all the way around to come to that one. So here's what we will look at like with that. So each time we make those moves, we have a couple of options of ways we can do it. So here I'm going to go to another footage where we've sped it up again, and you can see from where I had it set last, it's set to there. So I'm going to hit my pointer, and I'm going to set me at 135, which is looking forward, tilt angle 0, field of view, I'm going to change back to 75, and we're going to go 0.5 for our distance. Okay, then I'm going to set here to my next point in my timeline. I'm going to put it on here again. I want 135. That means I must have done a corner. Yeah, so I made a corner. So some of that you have to follow through with and watch the footage. So I'm going to help the camera, the bike, make the corner. I'm also going to change this to a 1. Okay, click on that, put this at a 1. So now we'll watch how that footage goes. So we've sped up, gone around the corner, and it's starting to go around, but I don't want it to go around. So I'm going to go back here and see what we're at, 111. I'm going to set it to my next point and do 111. Each time you go in and set your camera to a different area, you can adjust the look by changing your pan angle, your tilt angle, your roll angle, your field of view, so it's either close in or further out. And then there's options here. This is a fisheye. This is the rolled look. So let's go to the rolled look so you can see what it looks like. So that's how I make those ones that look like that. It basically looks like a tiny world. This one gives you a little sphere. And then this one zooms in closer, changing your field of view and changing your distance. You have a little bit of a wider field of view in the 90. 75 is a little narrower field of view. Usually I stay around 90 to 50, 90 to 40 is generally. And then if we do our distance away, it changes how our footage looks. So hopefully that kind of gives you a little bit of a general idea for how to edit 360 footage. I will end this video and give you a little bit of a view of this edit up till now.